So, dude, I'm dying to know, what are you for Halloween? You're holding out on me. I can't figure it out.
Okay. I woke up, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be someone important, like ridiculous. So I dressed up as the president.
You don't look much like George Bush, man. No
Nah,
offense.
the real president, Stephen Lecce.
Oh, Stephen Lecce in the house.
Bring it.
That's awesome because we have part 2 of our special interview with our USC president himself.
Stephen Lecce.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be USC president? Well, today I had the opportunity to speak with USC President Stephen Lecce and not only get an insight to the stuff that the USC does, but also what he likes most about being president. Well, from talking to people, I've heard that you're a very nice person to talk to, and everyone says that you're always open for people to drop in. And do you enjoy having students come in and just give you feedback?
Absolutely. I think when we get students coming into the office, it really does show that there's a sense of inclusiveness in the organization. You know, it's not easy to always approach someone who has a position of authority, but I hope that students never see me as that. They see me as a peer, as someone that they can relate to, someone that they can vent to in certain circumstances, that they could open up to. Because I think having a president that is amicable, that is open, really does allow for this sort of dynamic where anyone, regardless of who you are, what year you're in, or how confident, or whatever the case is, you're able to express your thoughts to your student leaders. And I think that's so important. And I welcome any student at any time to come approach us because we love to hear it.
Okay, was it different for you to go from being just a general student to now being the head of the student body?
It's definitely been a change. I think the biggest change is having a work schedule now that I've got to be here at 8 or perhaps even earlier. So there's definitely some changes in my, let's say, my work-life balance. As a student, you know, it's nice to have 3 hours of class and sort of do some work, go home. In this lifestyle, it's very regimented. It's sort of, there's a lot of wake up at a certain time and go home usually around the same time. So there's been some changes to that. But my ability to still maintain my friends and have a social life, although diminishing, I'm still able to do it. So there's been some changes, but it actually, when you're out of the classroom, and I've only been out of the classroom now since May, it really puts things into perspective how great it is to be in the classroom. I almost wish sometimes I pass students into spoke or the way reading their books. I'm like, I wish I could do that. And it sounds nerdish, but I mean it. It's when you work, you sort of appreciate those times when you're learning. So, but I think in this role, I've definitely had a lot to learn. Every day there's sort of an opportunity to learn something different about people you work with, relationship building, managing different operations. So there's so much to, you know, in both cases you're learning a lot. But I definitely enjoy the classroom. It's something I envy for students at Western.
While I was doing research, I also found out that you were president of a fraternity. Has that at all helped you in like handling the USC?
Well, being a president of any organization, a club or a Greek society, in this case a fraternity, Sigma Chi, or anything at all, I think provides a basic framework for leadership. And I think when you're leading people, it really provides you with a sense of confidence that you're able to help manage their ideas and facilitate progress. So I think I've learned a lot from my time as a president of a fraternity. But I think a lot of people can relate. You know, you don't have to be a president of an organization to be a leader. You could be a representative on your floor in residence, you could be an executive on a club, or you could just be a volunteer. But no matter what, I think making a difference and being able to grow as an individual is what really differentiates the types of leaders that we need in the world, and I think we need in the USC. So learning from my fraternity experience has given me a great basis of understanding of how to be better. How to better lead students and how to understand them. But I think, you know, as I said, there's tons of ways to lead, and I think I've learned a lot from that. I've learned a lot from being a senator, and I definitely have learned a fair bit of being a student. So I think combine them all, it's been a pretty neat experience.
What are some other volunteer things that you did before becoming president?
So indeed, I was a senator for 2 years, which was an excellent experience. You get to work with the administration, and you get to lead academic issues to the administration. Beyond that, I was a SOF for 3 years in the Faculty of Social Science. And when I was a SOF, I was a charity representative. And for Terry Fox, a very a personal priority for me. I really believe in the foundation. And so charity is important. And two or three summers ago, in fact, I ventured off with some Western students with Habitat for Humanity in New Orleans. And we volunteered to help rebuild the city after Katrina hit in the 9th Ward. particularly, and it was a really amazing experience because we were able to help those that needed it more than ever. And after that, I returned back thinking, wow, this organization, Habitat's an amazing place, amazing institution. We need to do more. And I live in the city of Toronto, and I thought we could do something for this city because there are people in our community that need these homes. So we started a charity. My friend Alex DeGasperis and I started a charity that was dedicated towards home building and giving people and families the opportunity to live in a home. And it's called the Burgundy Brick Foundation, and we held our second year of events, which raised a significant amount of money. And it's gratifying because I believe philanthropy is such a beautiful part of, I think, upbringings. And if you're able to contribute philanthropically, I think you'll be a very fulfilled person. So I think a lot of charity had to do with my background, a little bit of politics, and no doubt being a senator, I thought had a lot to do with being prepared to mind my role as a president.
That's excellent. And just lastly, to finish up, what do you think is the best thing about being president?
I think the best thing in my role as president is meeting so many people. I've met during orientation week, and above that, I met every day. I meet someone new, and they have really interesting stories to share with me, perspective. And, obviously when you're in this role, you have one perspective. But when you get, as you said, dozens of people coming to the office, it definitely challenges you to think differently, think outside the box, and have a perspective that perhaps no one who's in this office or perhaps who's in this organization may have. So it's nice to meet new people. I've met a lot of friends through the USC presidency, and I think one thing that's been monumental about meeting people is you learn from them. Particularly students who have challenged the processes of this organization, you learn from them. And so I'm very grateful to have met them, but I'm particularly grateful to be learning in a very evaluative way how to be and do things much better, more effectively. So my role is a blessing, and I thank students every day for it.
Overall, being USC president seems like it would be an excellent opportunity. But even if you don't aspire to be a USC president one day, I hope that this encouraged you to see what the USC has to offer and get involved in the Western community. I'm Krista Burns reporting for TV Western. So what scares you?
What scares me? My basement.
Your basement? What about your basement scares you?
I don't know, my basement still scares me at home. Yeah,
Oh, that's cute.
If I have to go downstairs, I run downstairs and run back up. Clowns?
Clowns are scary.
Spiders.
Spiders for sure. Yep, not a big fan.
Deep water.
Yeah, that's pretty frightening. Yeah. Sharks and
It is, yeah, sharks.
I don't like spiders.
Spiders. Hate spiders. Things that jump out at you. Anything that really jumps out at you, really jumpy.
I don't like jumpy things. When things pop out from around corners, I can't deal.
Snakes.
Me too. Me too.
My mom on a bad day. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Snakes, yeah.
That guy from Dennis the Menace. I didn't sleep for weeks.
Maybe spiders with a lot of legs that are furry because I don't know everything about them. Snakes, not so much. They're pretty cool. And ghosts. Not mean ghosts. Not the nice ones. They're pretty cool.
The dark. Sometimes going in the basement in the middle of the night is not something that I like to do.
Spiders, bees, quicksand. I don't. Nothing big.
Staying with the Halloween theme, like the Wicked Witch of the West was always a childhood, very, very scary character. So witches.
Have a concern about school or want to make an appeal on a mark? I'll be talking to the ombudsperson right after this.